Welcome to Yanko Africa. My name is Ama. I want to thank you for tuning in on today. All right, guys, this share is very important. Very important, okay? This channel, like my other channel, I'm suspecting is already shadow banned, okay? Or shadow banded. Whatever you say, I say suppressed, okay? But guys, I'm asking you, those of you who may listen to this, of you who may come across this information, those of you who may just be passing by, or those of you who are subscribed or tuned in, whatever, I ask you guys to share this information. Okay, please share it with others. They don't even have to share this video. You can share the information with others who can make those videos. If you're listening to this and you have a larger channel, go ahead and make this video and get this out and let our people know the urgency of what has been done already, okay? But I'm trusting the Most High Yah that another door of opportunity is going to open for our people, and they better be ready to walk through it, run through it, crawl, whatever we need to do. May the Most High Yah help us. Whoever you believe in, okay, that's you. I'm calling on who I believe in, okay? So I'm praying right now today that this message will get out. Guys, here is what has happened. Effective March 19th, 2020, the United States government has done what many of us have said would happen. They have ceased issuing passports for international travel, or passports altogether. You can only get a passport in the United States of America as of today. I'm going to read it to you. You see that I'm on the travel.state.gov website. This is an official website. I'm not giving you any spoof information. This is coming straight from the United States government, okay? All right. So their response, they say, to the COVID-19 passport operations in response to COVID-19. The Department of State advises U.S. citizens to avoid all international travel at this time due to the global impact of COVID-19. Now listen, guys, there's something else I want to talk to you about as well that goes along with this. So please listen to this video in its entirety. I'm going to try to cover it all in as short a time as possible. Okay. Many areas throughout the world are now experiencing COVID-19 outbreaks and taking action that may limit traveler mobility, including quarantines and border restrictions. Even countries, jurisdictions, or areas where cases have not been reported may restrict travel without notice. Do you hear that? May restrict travel without notice. Currently, for example, in Ghana, you can only come into the country if you are a Ghanaian citizen or a legal resident. Over the last 3 days, I've made 2 videos, one audio and one video concerning Ghana's, travel ban. I thank Ghana for, protecting their borders and their people. I encouraged it. I've had a video on here. I mentioned it as well. But I'm concerned about not including the diaspora that you've called home in that travel ban, okay? Now, I understand that we have to take precautions. I understand that it takes a while sometimes for the symptoms, a couple of days for it to show up. I understand protecting the nation. Believe me, I love Ghana. The channel is named Yanko Africa, okay? Yanko is a word that means let's go in the Tree Akan language of Ghana. But I'm very concerned that they did not include provisions for the diaspora. The diaspora heard the call and responded. Last year, 2019, shows that we did, okay? And many, I've been going back and forth to Ghana for 17 years, okay? But many people have responded. Many people have packed up, sold their items, and literally were on their way. When that travel ban came down, you pretty much had to be in the air at that time. If you were in the U.S., you pretty much had to be in the air. If you were in the U.K., you had to pretty much leave by the next morning to get there on time, and that's with a direct flight, okay? So guys, when it says here that other countries may issue a travel ban without notice, believe you me, that's going to happen, Okay, you can find additional guidance about the department's recommendations in response to COVID-19, and they have a link there. All right, so what are the changes with the passport? You will not be able to travel unless the United States of America says it is an approved emergency that meets their terms of an emergency. Okay, now I'm going to also tell you what their travel ban is, the latest travel ban that just got updated, guys. Not just the passports that are not going to be issued, but they've issued the latest travel ban, which prohibits international, or goes to level 4, which basically prohibits international travel. They advise you not to. When the United States does something, it sends a ripple effect across the world. If they tell us not to travel, watch. Other nations are going to stop us from coming in altogether, guys. This is very serious. This is a time to pray. This is a time to take things serious. Do your best. If you're trying to get out, do your best to get out. If that's what you are trying to do your best. Okay, and that includes all of us. All right, we want our family members, we want our loved ones. Some of them are wanting to come, but they have other issues, and we want to be there for them. Depending on what your family dynamics are, sometimes you might have to be across those borders with them for a little while to help them get situated. All of our families are different and unique, and so there's no condemnation. You do what you have to do best. You do what you have to do just in case they shut those doors. You don't want to be on one side. If you want to stay with your family, I'm not judging. I'm not going to condemn you, because I'm doing what I have to do with mine as well. Okay, but guys, please, if your plans are to get over, pray and get over if you can, or stay and pray, whatever you need to do, but take this very seriously. Okay, so the passport restrictions, what it does is, due to public health, this is what they're saying, due to public health measures to limit the spread of COVID-19, effective March 20th, 2020, we are only able to offer service for customers with a qualified life or death emergency who need a passport for immediate international travel within 72 hours. Did you hear that? They are only able to offer service for customers with a qualified life or death emergency who need a passport for immediate international travel within 72 hours. Life or death emergencies are serious illnesses, injuries, or deaths in your immediate family, an example, parent, child, spouse, sibling, and aunt, uncle, etc., that require you to travel outside of the United States within 72 hours, 3 days, and you must provide a passport application with supporting documents, proof of the life or death emergency, such as a death certificate, a statement from a mortuary, or a signed letter from a hospital or medical professional. Documents must be translated or in English. Proof of international travel, which is your reservations or your itinerary. Do you see this, guys? The United States of America, has ceased issuing passports, except in cases we are only able to offer service for customers with a qualified life or death emergency who need a passport for immediate international travel within 72 hours. Change in passport service operations. That's it. That is what they are saying. They have shut down the issuance of passports. Those of you who have not renewed your passports, forget it. Those of you, until you get to praying. I'm sorry, I'm stuttering here, but get to praying. We all need to pray. We all need to pray. These are trying times. Even if you don't want to go to Africa and live, these people have restricted our movement. I've been looking up this stuff about freedom of movement, and it's just been bothering me for the last couple of days. Restricting our movement. This is serious, guys. All right, so the second thing I want to show you with the ban as of March 19th, guys, that the United States has issued a global level 4 health advisory. Once again, when the United States does something, most of those nations follow them. Okay? All right. Level 4, which is the highest. I could not find anything above level 4. I looked up on a site, to find out, is there anything above it? There may be. Seems like there should be. Okay, but this one says level 4, do not travel. Effective, you see this date, March 19, 2020. The Department of State advises U.S. citizens to avoid all international travel due to the global impact of COVID-19. In countries where commercial departure options remain available, U.S. citizens who live in the United States should arrange for immediate return to the United States. Let me make sure I didn't skip anything. Yeah, okay. In countries where commercial departure options remain available, U.S. citizens who live in the United States should arrange for immediate return to the United States unless they are prepared to remain abroad for an indefinite period. Do you see this? For an indefinite period. So if those who are abroad need to stay abroad for an indefinite period, that means those who are in the United States need to be prepared to stay in the United States for an indefinite period. This is very serious. This is the wall. Okay? We're worrying about a physical wall, but this is this wall that came up just like that. Just like that. This is that wall. So we need to pray like the children of Israel prayed to bring down Jericho's walls. And honey, if it's just temporary, get over that wall. Father, help us, help your people who want to be on the other side to get over that wall. Help those of us who have gone to the other side. Help us to stay on the other side. Help us, Abba Yah. That is my prayer. That is my prayer for those who want that, okay? And that's your desire. That's the way the Lord is leading you, okay? Whoever your Lord is, I only pray to mine, okay? But I'm just telling you, if that is your desire, we need to pray. This is serious. Restricting our freedom to travel, this is not good. All right, so airlines have canceled many international flights and several cruise operators have suspended operations or canceled trips. If you choose to travel internationally, your travel plans may be severely disrupted and you may be forced to remain outside of the United States for an indefinite time frame. All right, so it goes into the history of this thing. All right, and I'm going to just leave the links here. You can go back and read it. But guys, this is serious. Our travel has been restricted, stuck behind the lines. We don't know when it's going to go back up again, if it will. I think it will. I'm praying that it will. I believe it will. I believe this is a strong warning to send to people to say, look, if you are serious, you talking or are you serious? Because you see how quickly this has happened. How quickly, without warning, basically, our lives have been altered. Our freedom to travel has been altered and hindered, revoked, and we have no power over it. Our ability to get a passport if you don't have one and to go and travel has been revoked. Just like that. Just like that. And so I've been thinking about a lot of this. I've been thinking about Ghana's, in my opinion, they have just kind of left the diaspora out of this return. I did a video on that. I held it. I did actually a video and I did an audio because I understand the things that we're going through. If I haven't already said this before in this video, I understand, and you have to protect Ghana. I love Ghana. Protect Ghana, protect Ghanaians, protect the nation. But a lot of things that I'm seeing on the news reports is a lot of fear being, just perpetuated through the airways by some of the hosts. And they should know better. They set the tone for the nation. And if you have newscasters who are on live television saying, I'm scared, another one told another reporter who did an interview with a guy who is a Ghanaian who returned to Ghana. He tested negative for COVID, but you still have to be quarantined for a set number of days. He interviewed the guy through a fence. He was at a good distance from him. And the reporter in the studio told him to throw away the mic, get rid of the mic. First he said, well, you need to spray the mic, you need to do this. He said, no, just go ahead and get rid of that mic. See, that kind of fear cannot be be spoken over the airways for everyday people who may not be as learned, who may not be as informed to hear. And that kind of paranoia and that fear sets out. It can lead to attacks on innocent people, such as this man who is negative for COVID. He's just going through the quarantine process. So I'm asking those of you with channels, small, medium, large, suppressed or not suppressed, to go ahead and get this out. Okay, get this information out, guys, and warn our people. Let them know that, look, at any time, things can change just as they have. As it currently stands, if you don't have a passport, you can't get one unless you have an emergency that meets these needs, which is a life or death emergency, and you have to provide the proof, death certificate and all. And it has to be within 72 hours. You can't say I'm getting married in a month, all right, or any of those things. You can't. So, guys, this is serious. This is very serious. And so I hope this helps us. I hope that we will hope in expectation for another opportunity. I pray Yah keeps you safe and healthy, and just protects his people. Set a seal upon us like he set a seal on the children of Israel coming out of Egypt. And even in Egypt, none of the plagues of Egypt took them out. Okay. Now, I know that there have been some people among the diaspora, famous people. I find that really interesting, and even other people that we don't know of who have been diagnosed positive with this virus. I pray everyone a recovery. What's happening all over the world is terrible. Italy has now exceeded China in deaths. This is very serious, guys. This is very serious. And so we need to be prayerful. We need to be mindful, but we also need to be vigilant and diligent in the things that we're doing if this is what we want to do. If you want to get out, get on it. Shalom.
Yeah. Hey. Ship from the shores of Cape Coast, Nigeria, Sierra Leone, Senegal, black gold they were hauling. 400 years it was hard then. Kept striving to be free from Marcus Du Bois. Can't forget Kwame. For reparations they did pray. To unite in their honor we do say, Yanko.